Shalom, brothers and sisters. I've touched on this story once in the past, but a lot of new people here to the channel. Welcome. You're much loved and appreciated. Stick around. We're going to grow closer to God every day. One of the stories that I shared a while ago, I want to share again today because I want to reiterate this for this time that we're living in right now, here where we are at the very edge of eternity. So there's two stories I'll tell you. The first one is a Christian and his friend, a total unbeliever and atheist, are walking down the road. And they're chatting and they get along fine. And as they're walking, they're approaching a turn. And around the turn appears the devil in all of his ghastliness. There he is. He's coming towards them. The atheist freaks out, runs, jumps behind his Christian friend and says, help me, help me. He's come for me. The devil's coming for me. You've got to protect me. And the Christian smiles and looks at his friend and says, no, he already has you. He's here for me. And then draws his sword. So the moral of that story is just this. The truth in that story is this. You're either with God or you're on the other side, whether you know it or believe it or not. And the devil's attacks are primarily focused against God's people. So, and we are ready. We're not afraid. We are prepared to stand up. But people don't realize, by not publicly declaring for the truth, you are with the lie. Whether you want to believe that or not, that is the fact. The second story, very similar to that, is there's a massive farm. And right down the middle of this farm is a fence. Huge fence, runs straight down the middle, dead center. On the right-hand side of the fence, lots of people standing around. And on the left-hand side of the fence, lots of people standing around. And there's a man sitting on the fence post in the middle. He's not in the right, he's not in the left. He's sitting on the post. He doesn't want to be part of either group. Then he looks and he sees Jesus arrive. Jesus arrives in the right-hand field, gathers all of his people up and takes them away. They're gone. Eyes go wide, and he looks to the left-hand side. On the left-hand side, the devil arrives and gathers all of these people, screaming and shouting and freaking out, and drags them away. And he sits and he sighs, just in relief that he's sitting on the fence and he's escaped this whole endless debate between right and wrong, good and evil. And he looks up and he sees, wait a minute, the devil's coming back. And he's coming and he's wondering, where's he going? There's no one left. He's looking. Did he miss someone? And the devil walks all the way up to him and grabs him by the scruff of the neck and rips out the fence. And he says, the fence belongs to me. So you belong to me. And drags him off. You can't be on the fence. The fence doesn't belong to God. There is no, I'm not picking. Choose who you serve. The scripture I'm going to leave you with is Joshua 24 verse 15, New King James Version. It says the following, and it's a precious scripture for me. And if it seems evil to you to serve the Lord, choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods, small g, which your fathers served that were on the other side of the river, or the gods, small g, of the Amorites, in whose land you dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord, Yahweh in Hebrew. You choose who you want to serve, but you will choose this day whom you are going to serve. But as for me and my household, we will serve Yahweh. Choose who you serve. Shalom.